Alright everyone, this is the Michael Myers Fanatic back with another video. I told you that I would answer your questions that you submitted to me. So let's get started because I have quite a few here. The first question comes from a channel called Learsy Gaming, and it says, if you were able to create a new character to the Halloween movie series, who would you create? And how would they contribute to the story? Beautiful question. I love it. That is a nice question. Kind of caught me off guard there. I was always interested in creating somebody that was just as crazy as Michael. Believe it or not, you know. I was working on this script one time where Michael was supposed to fight this soldier that was mentally ill. And Michael would stab the soldier, and the soldier would stab him back and say, "How do you like it?" You know. He was just as crazy as he was. The only difference is, the soldier was a good guy. So, yeah. I wanted his name to be John Cummings. Named after John Cena and Robert Cummings, a.k.a. Rob Zombie. But that was my idea that I had, but I scrapped it because I thought it was a little too out there. Thank you, Learsy Gaming, for your wonderful question. The next set of questions come from a guy named Dennis Williams. Hi, Dennis. I'm Darnell, a.k.a. the Myers fan. Your first question is, do you think we will ever get a Halloween 9 somewhere in the future? Well, Dennis, to answer your question, you never know. I don't think so, but, never say never, as Malika Akkad would say. So you never know. I don't think we will, but anything's possible. Your next question is, if you could change one thing in the Halloween franchise, what would it be? Wonderful question, sir. What would I change? I would probably fix the continuity errors, so everything goes in one straight line. Because I'm tired of all the mix-ups and screw-ups and so on and so forth. Thank you, sir, for that wonderful question. Wow, it seems that you gave me quite a few here. Your next question is, if you have seen any of the Hatchet films, what are your opinions on it? I have not seen any of those. Sorry. I like horror films, but not when they're extremely gory. I don't like the imagery. I apologize for that, but that's just my opinion. I don't believe you need all that gore to make a good film. That's one thing that I agree with, with John Carpenter. You don't need all that stuff. So I'm going to go to your next question, sir. You write here that I understand you are a big fan of Wishmaster. If another film was to be created, what would you like to see happen? Well, to give you my honest opinion, sir, I can't comment on that at this time because the things that I want to see happen in another Wishmaster film, I am currently writing in my own treatment and script, so I don't want to give too much of that away at this time. I really wish I could tell you, but I can't. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I really want to answer that question because I'm a huge fan of the franchise, but I can't answer it at this time. I'm sorry. I'm going to go to your next question. Do you enjoy the Children of the Corn films? Actually, I did. I like the one where the lady bit into something and it had a bunch of cockroaches in it. I thought that was a good scene, very sinister scene. I thought it was very creepy that they would be that evil. Maybe you could explain to me exactly what the Children of the Corn are. Who are they? Are they human? Are they demons? I don't quite know who or what they are. So if somebody could explain that to me, I would appreciate that very much. After seeing Cult of Chucky, what are your expectations for the next film? That's a good question. First of all, I'm just happy to finally see Chucky get out of that body. He's been wanting to do that ever since 1988. And, nearly 30 years later, here we are. Well, I have to admit, I do want to see what he's going to do as a girl. But I know it's not going to last long because they're going to want to see the doll, obviously. So, I want to see what he's going to do as a human. That's my expectations for the next film. Did you see it? If so, did you enjoy it? If you mean the remake, no, I did not, but I did see the original and I liked it very much. Thank you. Here's your 8th question. Have you seen Jeepers Creepers 3? No, sir, I have not. I've heard some people say they liked it, some people say they didn't. I do plan on watching it this Saturday. If God is willing, if He allows it, and He spares me, I will watch it this Saturday. On to your next question. I would love to see a Halloween 9 picking up after Resurrection. So would I. And I do agree with you. That's what they should have done. But at the same time, I am interested in what they are going to do. What do you think? Well, sir, I'm not very happy with this new direction that they're going in. I have to be honest with you. As I told the fans before, I'm so upset with it that I actually had a nightmare about it. Where Michael Myers was this old guy with a beard and everything. And he looked like the Frankenstein monster. And Jamie Lee Curtis is, she was just as old as he was. So I wasn't very happy about that. These questions are great. I really like them. Thank you very much. Your next question says, speaking of Halloween 9, have these people ever seen Resurrection? If they did, they would know that he didn't die in that movie. Why won't they pick up from there? Well, Dennis, my opinion is this. They really didn't like what they did with Busta Rhymes. So that's why they don't want to pick up from there. A lot of people are afraid of that. And I just say this. Just don't focus on Busta Rhymes. Go to something else. And this is going to be very controversial, what I have to say, but I'm going to say it anyways. I honestly think that the audience was not ready for an African American lead. That's my honest opinion. They were not ready for Busta Rhymes to take over. A lot of people don't realize that, but Busta Rhymes was basically the male lead. And a lot of fans didn't like that. Because they say, well, Busta Rhymes karate kicked Michael Myers and he did this and that. Look, Tommy Doyle beat the crap out of him with a lead pipe. Nobody said a thing. But Busta Rhymes kicked him a few times and everybody wants to have a heart attack? Come on, man. They're closet racist. I'm sorry. I'm just going to speak my mind here. I say don't ask the questions if you don't want the answers. If you want to be real with me, be real with me. But if you want to be fake, move on to the next one. That ain't me. That's a quote from Tupac's album, by the way. The next question says, I'm not sure if it's confirmed, but Michael Myers might be mortal. I'm pissed, and they keep saying in the original movie that he wasn't immortal. then how would you explain him getting shot 6 times and surviving? I agree with you. How do you feel about Michael being mortal? I think it sucks. You're right. How can you say he was immortal when he got shot 6 times, got stabbed in the lung, poked in the eye, and stabbed in the neck? But he's mortal? I don't get it. Anyway, I don't like that direction either. Do you enjoy zombie movies? Not really, because that goes more into gross imagery, and that's not my thing. And you said, if so, what's your favorite? Well, I used to like Dawn of the Dead, 2004. That was a good one. What would you do during a zombie apocalypse? Pray to God. That's what I would do. If you were to make a Friday the 13th, what would be your pitch? I would have to think about that, but it would definitely follow the original timeline. Your next question is, though I enjoyed Freddy vs. Jason, I would have preferred Michael vs. Jason. What about you? I agree with you. I think Michael should have fought Jason. That would have been awesome. What was your favorite Michael Myers kill? Probably when he picked the nurse up and put her on the spike in part 6. That was great. I like that kill. What was your favorite Jason kill? Wow, I don't know. He has so many. That is a really good question. And I can't really think of one right offhand. I don't know. I can't think of a... Let's see. Jason kill. Oh, I got one. What about in Jason Goes to Hell, when the cop was trying to shoot Jason and he told Jason, he said, stop right there. And then Jason just took his bare hands and caved his nose in. That was awesome. At the police station. I thought that was a great one. Favorite Freddy kill? Wow. Freddy Krueger. Probably the one in Freddy's Dead when he said, "You think I'm your daddy?" He was like, wrong. And he cut the strap off of the hot air balloon. That was great. Or the parachute or whatever it was. I don't know. Favorite Chucky kill? Wow, that's another hard one to answer. I guess I would have to say the one in Bride of Chucky when they made the cop's car explode. I thought that was nice. Okay, Dennis, thank you for your questions. I'm going to move on to the next person. The next person says, have you seen Drake and Josh, the TV show? And the channel is called the Drake and Josh channel. Of course I've seen that show and I love it. Great show. As a matter of fact, I actually did a review for it in my other computer, and I taped the review back in January of 2017, but my computer died, so that review is lost. I don't have it anymore. So that's very unfortunate, but I do love Drake and Josh, and I wish they would come back. I thought I saw something written on Drake Bell's Twitter account about a new movie or something like that. but I haven't heard anything else about it, so oh well. The next question comes from a guy named James Pye. Do you collect Halloween related stuff? Yes, I do, James. You can go to my channel and search unboxings, and you will see me unbox Halloween related items. Thank you, sir, for that question. On to the next one. And it comes from Nathan Blizzard. How would you continue the story from Halloween 3? How would you continue the story from Rob Zombie's Halloween H2? I don't know if you mean Halloween 3, the actual Halloween 3, or what would have been Rob's Halloween 3. But if you meant Rob's, I would have probably had Scout Compton play Laurie again. Michael Myers would have been back. But he would have been the supernatural Michael Myers, not the hobo Michael Myers. And he wouldn't be 7 feet tall. So that's how I would have continued that. She would have she would have gotten out of the asylum, moved back into the house, and she would have tried to save her new friends from being killed by Michael Myers. As a matter of fact, you can go to my channel and there's a pitch for Halloween 3 on there if you want to listen to it. Thank you, Nathan. I'm going to go to the next question, and it comes from a guy named James Cortez. Do you think Robert Englund should play Sam Loomis? Actually, James, I just did a podcast on this. Well, not recently, but I did do one. It might have been sometime this year or last year, I don't know. But I did it on my show called Silver Shamrock Radio. And in that podcast, I basically said that I don't think Robert should play Sam Loomis because he's basically too entrenched with the role of Freddy Krueger. It just wouldn't look right, in my opinion. He's just too embedded in that role. And I can't see him as anybody else but Freddy Krueger. So it wouldn't work for me. The next question comes from a channel called Horror Convict. Can you do a video on Jason Voorhees versus Michael Myers in a fight? Yeah, I guess I can. Once I get the time, I'll have to write down all the pros and cons of each character. The next question comes from a person named Lisa Tanner. Are you a WWE fan? Yes, I am, Lisa. As a matter of fact, I was a fan from 1999 until about 2009, I guess. That's when it was still watchable. But now it's horrible. Although I enjoyed SmackDown last night, which would be October 24th. It is the day that I'm referring to, in case you watched this video late, Lisa. I'm referring to the episode of WWE SmackDown from October 24th, 2017, and WWE Raw from October 23rd, 2017. Those were great. They always get good around the holidays and then start messing up. But anyway, thank you for your question. Yes, I'm a fan of WWE. The next question comes from Shinobi Magos or whatever it is. Which series can be remade and revived? Friday the 13th, Freddy, or Halloween? Obviously, I'm going to say Halloween because I'm the Myers fan. I think there's a lot they can do with Halloween. I would probably want it to go more in the direction of the original continuity, by the way. So I just wanted to put that out there. The next question comes from a channel called Troublesome 96, which is obviously a Tupac channel. His question is, have you seen the Evil Dead movies? And will you review All Eyes on Me? No, I have not seen Evil Dead. Will I review All Eyes on Me? Eventually. But I'm kind of scared to do reviews because it seems like every time I do one or somebody else does one, the company or movie studio behind that movie comes after me. So I don't really like doing movie reviews anymore. Except for Halloween. Halloween doesn't really bother people. You know, neither does the Chucky franchise. They don't really bother the fans too much. You have to do a lot to really make them angry and piss them off. They're just not into that. But you have to be really careful with these movie companies, Troublesome. So yeah, I'm a big Tupac fan, and I want to review that movie, but I'm really scared of these companies because now they are really cracking down on these fans regarding reviewing their movies and using their materials and such things. But I would like to do it because I'm a huge Tupac fan. Going on to the next question. Comes from a channel called First Lyrics. If you have a chance to talk to the director of the new Halloween, what would you ask him? Well, I would ask him, why is he doing this? You know, what's making him do this? Why not just make 9? I really don't see what the big deal is. I think they're overreacting. I think that they brought John Carpenter in out of desperation because they really don't know what else to do with the series. But I would ask him what the hell he's thinking with making Michael human. So I'm going to go to the next question. This question comes from a channel called Never Sleep Again TV. I'm a fan of their work. Have you ever read any of the Halloween comics? If not, do you have any interest in them? Well, I'm not a big reader. But if it had like an audio kind of thing going on, I would listen to it. But other than that, probably not. The next question comes from Tyler Davis. Who would you pick to play Michael Myers in the new movie? Well, Tyler, I've said this in so many videos. I would probably pick Julian McMahon. He played Cole Turner in Charmed. And I've always said that for some reason, whenever I think of Michael, I think of Cole. And whenever I think of Cole, I think of Michael Myers. So I would want Julian McMahon to play Michael Myers. All my close friends know that. And now you know. The next question comes from Tarman Slasher 92. Do you like the movie American Psycho? Well, I think there are several of them, but I think there is one with Mila Kunis or whatever her name is from that 70s show. I like that one, the one that she's in. The next question comes from Dalton Johnson. It says, "Hi Darnells. Hi Dalton, how are you? So this new Halloween movie is taking place 40 years after the first film, making Michael 61 years old. Do you think Michael's age will affect him in any way, shape, or form now that he's mortal?" Probably, knowing them. I told you guys about that dream I had where he was basically an old man. You never know, Dalton. You just never know with these producers. You never know what they're going to do. So I can't say, but I wouldn't be surprised if it did affect him. On to the next question. From a channel called The Skull Clown. Shout out to you. He's a friend of mine. If you were doing the sequel to Cult of Chucky, what would you do to further the story? I think I just answered this one. I would want to see Nika kill more people. Well, Chucky, aka Nika. But that's basically it. The next question comes from the one and only bad guy. What's your favorite Halloween film? I would have to say the original. The next question comes from Johnny Styles. Once I heard of Jamie Lee's return to play Laurie Strode, I had high hopes that they would only fast forward 25 years or so from 78. But after learning that Judy Greer is on board to play her daughter, I fear that this is going the full 40 years, so that would make Michael 51. Actually, it's 61. Halloween fan, do you think they will try to end it with the new 2018 Halloween release? Probably, because Jamie Lee wanted to end it before with H2O. So I wouldn't be surprised if they did try to end it. She always has to make everything about her. I don't understand that. She tried the same thing with H2O. It just had to be about her, what she wants and what she thinks. She hadn't been in the series since 1982, if you count Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, because she did a cameo. But suddenly, she thinks she can just march in there and everyone's supposed to march to the beat of her drum. I don't get that, and I never will. It always has to be about her. I really don't get that about Jamie Lee. I don't like that quality in her. But, yes, that's my opinion on that. She probably will try to end it. I don't like that about her. I hope they don't give her creative control. If it weren't for Mustafa Akkad, she would have killed Michael Myers, but he wouldn't let her. Anyway, going on to the next question. It comes from a channel called The Confessional Booth. So, if you had to be trapped forever in one of the Halloween films, which universe would it be? Let's say you also have the power to change one event from happening in the film. What would it be and why? And what dream team of movie characters would you assemble to go against Michael Myers? And what weapon would you choose? I guess it would be four because that's when they had shotguns and stuff like that. And I wouldn't need to assume anybody or any team, or assemble any team, I should say. I would just get one of the rednecks to shoot him in the head. So, once you shoot him in the head using a shotgun, he wouldn't have a head. It would just blow his head apart. So I'm pretty much good. Next question comes from Ads Vids. Okay, that's a weird name. But anyway, his question is, top fave 5. Like Freddy, Chucky, and so on, please. I would have to say Jason, Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, Wishmaster, and Leprechaun. And not necessarily in that order. The next question comes from the M. Delaney 45. How would you end the Child's Play series in the final movie? That is a good question. I've thought about this, but never had a clear answer. I guess I would fix it in such a way where Chucky becomes human again, but then he gets hit by a car and dies. And he can't go into another doll because he's dead. So how can he say the chant to get into one? That's the quickest and easiest way I could do it. So I would probably do that. The next question comes from B Hunt 799. What's your favorite and least favorite Halloween movie? My favorite is part 1, especially the TV cut. Least favorite would have to be, if we're counting every single movie, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. If we're only counting 1 through 8, it would have to be H2O. The next question comes from Leo Bruh II. And his first question is, what is your favorite Chucky movie? Probably Child's Play 2, I guess. His next question is, what is your favorite Friday the 13th movie? Part 5. The next question comes from Ad Alberta Vega. Have you read the Halloween Return script? If you have, did you like it? No, I've never read the whole thing, and no, it's not a movie I would want to see. Although I admit, I have heard the end of the script, and that is something I would want to see on screen. You know, it's just not my thing. The next question comes from the same guy, Leo Bruh II. Who is your favorite side character in Halloween besides Dr. Loomis, Laurie, Jamie, and Tommy Doyle? That's a good one. You took all the good ones, actually. I would have to say, I like Sarah Moyer. She was cool. I would love to see what they did with her in Halloween 9. And the next question comes from one of my favorite people on YouTube, LO3 Variety Channel. He is my writing partner, Jules Sains. Shout out to you, sir. If you could choose what studio Halloween was under, what would it be and why? Well, it would still be Dimension. Why? Because they have that cool logo, and whenever you see that Dimension Films logo at the beginning of a Halloween movie, that's when you know it's about to go down. So I would have to say Dimension Films. The next question comes from Pedro the Director Vasquez. Can you rank the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies? Well, I've only seen part 1 and the 2013 reboot. So no, I couldn't. And then your next question, Pedro, is, are you planning to get a new microphone? I sure am, as soon as you send it to me. And the final question comes from Razvael Ramos, if I'm pronouncing that right. If I'm not, I apologize. How would you plan a Freddy vs. Pennywise movie? Let's go with the 2017 version of Pennywise. Well, I haven't seen it yet, so I can't say. Alright, guys, I want to thank each and every one of you for submitting your questions. They were awesome. And as I always say, if God is willing, I look forward to doing this again with you sometime in the future. And hopefully we can do Q&A round 5. But until then, I'm the Michael Myers Fanatic. I approve this message. This has been Q&A round 4, where I answer your questions. Thank you very much for submitting them.